You know, in my last Montreal Canadiens video, I definitely did talk about how well the rebuild was going for Montreal and how much I liked what they've done so far. It's almost like and they even made the playoffs last year. It's just the rebuild is going like exactly the way you would picture it to go. Now they're getting more competitive, and we're going to talk about how the rebuild is going to go even better if these rumors, with a lot of contract rumors to go over today. Really, really interesting stuff. But guys, welcome back to Pixel Plus Hockey. If you can make sure to hit that subscribe button, it would be so greatly appreciated. And thank you so much to those that are already supporting me as well. You know, when you talk about a National Hockey League and hockey in general, rebuilds can be difficult sometimes. Like, look at the Buffalo Sabres. This team has been rebuilding forever, and they just can never get it together no matter what happens. And you always hear the depiction of like a 5-year rebuild or something around there, and the Habs are pretty much hitting every note. You know what I mean? Like, they're pretty well managed. They have stars. They have what you need. They're doing really, really well. And honestly, if they can get some of their young stars and a couple of the right movements, and obviously Ivan Demidov being as good as I think Ivan Demidov is going to be, obviously I want to see him play in the National Hockey League, but I think the Montreal Canadiens probably have the next Nikita Kucherov there. Like, I think Demidov is that good. Yeah, we're looking at a Stanley Cup contender within the next, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 years, like if they grow into their rebuild. And this contract rumors from Elliotte Friedman, honestly, it makes it even better for Montreal Canadiens fans. We have a very interesting quote here. Indeed, as he explains in his recent episode of 32 Thoughts, Friedman believes that from now on, with Dobson on the payroll, Hutson's contract will be very close to Dobson's 9.5 times 8 if 48 signs long term. So here's the thing. I don't know, sometimes I hear people, like I have friends that are Habs fans, and they'll say, well, that's too much. I'm sorry, if he signs that amount, that is a frigging excellent deal for Montreal. I would take that all day because I think Lane Hutson is a top pair offensive defenseman on this. I mean, possibly around what like a Quinn Hughes is. That's where his offensive ceiling is anyway. And we have another really interesting quote here. In short, we can expect to see Hutson sign much closer to Dobson's 9.5 than Suzuki's 8.875 million in the end. I don't think anybody would cry if Hutson signed for 8 years at 9 million. Like, I'm sorry, if that's even less than Dobson's getting, yeah, sign me up. That's a fantastic deal. Also, look at Suzuki's contract too. 8.875, and he signed pretty long term. And he's like a point per game center, right? So these contracts, long-term contracts, are actually working out quite well for the Montreal Canadiens. My apologies, actually, guys. It's 7.875 according to Puckpedia. There was a mistake in this article. But again, actually, that makes it even better. It's actually, I mean, come on, that's ridiculous. Either way, who cares? The cap is kind of confusing, but that's his cap hit, and that is a perfect cap hit for what the Montreal Canadiens are going to be doing into the future. I think he signed for like 5 more years or something like that too. So you're going to have Suzuki. You have Demidov on an affordable contract. You have Hutson that if he signs for 9 million, and then Dobson at 9.5, who is a right-hand shot top pair defenseman. Like, he's not that physical in his own end. I really like Dobson to be a bit more physical in his own end. He has size, so he's not a perfect player to me, but he's a number one defenseman. Absolutely, for sure. Now, to shift gears from Lane Hutson, I'm just really interested in what Lane Hutson is going to end up getting. I wanted to talk about the rumor, or not rumor, but the projections for Mike Matheson's next contract and whether it actually makes sense for the Montreal Canadiens to, well, sign him to that contract. So we have AFP Analytics has updated their projections for Mike Matheson's next contract. So here we have an interesting quote. According to their projections, Matheson could earn $6.5 million per season on a 4-year deal. Considering the salary cap is expected to rise significantly in the coming years, that's not bad. Yeah, that is true. It actually isn't that terrible, I suppose, according to AFP Analytics anyway. Their projections are actually usually pretty spot on, definitely for the cap hit at $6.5 million. I don't know though, because he had a career high, I think about 60 points. Like he had a really, really good year, not this year, but the last year before that. I personally felt that the Montreal Canadiens should have traded Mike Matheson at that time, in my opinion. I thought that was the smartest time to get the max value for him. Obviously, it didn't work out that way. Question of the video. Let's say the structure of the contract is Mike Matheson, $6.5 million, 4-year deal. Would you sign that? Honestly, for that contract, I'm going to throw my hat in the ring and say probably not. I just don't think I would sign him to that. He's a bit of an older player, $6.5 million. For me, that's just a little bit too much. Now, shifting gears again, I wanted to talk about Steve Ellis's comments on the Canadiens prospect pool and just how good it has been. We have an interesting quote from NHL analyst Steve Ellis here. Seriously, the Canadiens have so much potential in their lineup, it's ridiculous when breaking down the Montreal Canadiens prospect pool. So what he considers a prospect is less than 50 NHL games and under the age of 23. So obviously that would be Ivan Demidov's obviously going to be there. He has Jacob Fowler in there. He has David Reinbacher. I think Reinbacher is going to be really, really good. I just think to myself, like, I don't know what he's going to be. That is a player I'm super, super, super interested in exactly what his ceiling is. You know what I mean? Because, sometimes a right shot D, like I thought, oh wow, Timothy Liljegren's going to be great, but then he turned in nothing. Now, I don't think Reinbacher's going to be like that, of course, but I'm just really interested to see what he ends up being. Actually, you know what? We'll have another question of the video, guys. What is your favorite Montreal Canadiens prospect? You know what, though? I'll take Ivan Demidov out of it. We'll take Ivan Demidov out of it because I know everybody's just going to say Ivan Demidov. But anyways, guys, I am going to leave this video here. If you can make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it, guys. And make sure to have a great day. Goodbye, guys.